It is 10 before the hour. Last word on this. This is from Jan in Mill Valley. Hi, Mike. I'd like to think that my grandson recently graduated from college as a chip off the old block. On his Facebook page, he wrote the following, quote, "In fairness, we've been building ground zeros near Iraqi mosques since March 2003. End quote. That's when we invaded Iraq. We've been building ground zeros. Yes. What Jan's grandson is saying is nothing but the truth. We have invaded Muslim countries as good Christians are wont to do. That's what good Christians do. They find a Muslim country and invade it. Now, it used to be strictly for religious reasons. Now it is both religious and, how do I put this? For the natural resources, the oil, the mineral rights. So it's both religion and greed. I guess maybe the Crusaders from the Christian Crusaders from the 8th, 9th, 10th centuries, I guess they were motivated to some degree by greed of some sort. But when we invade Muslim countries, we stick all sorts of ground zeros all over the place with our bombs and our white phosphorus and our death and our destruction and our depleted uranium and our weaponry and our murder and our killing people at checkpoints and our butchering children and people at weddings. We do that. I mean, we put ground zeros all over. Whoom, whoom, like a Christian god hurling thunderbolts. Whoom, whoom. So the Muslims receive their ground zeros, and eventually they respond, because that's what religious wars are all about. Actually, it's what any war is all about, but especially religious wars. And the thing about religious wars, we talk about 9 years the United States has been involved in murder and death in Afghanistan. That's nothing. 9 years? That's an eye blink. The Muslims and the Christians have been going at each other for 1,100 years. Or possibly more. Maybe even 1,200. Maybe from the very beginning of Islam. I don't know. But I do know that for the past millennium, the Muslims and the Christians have been determined to exterminate each other. So, the point of this first big chunk of today's program, I guess, is just I am so sick of hearing about the mosque at ground zero and the way the right-wing politicians and now the cowardly, bedwetting, thumb-sucking, hair-twisting Democratic leadership is doing the same thing. Oh, well, maybe there shouldn't be a mosque there. That is hallowed ground. What if the Jews built a synagogue in Mecca? Huh? What if there was a church in Nagasaki? Huh? What if the Japanese built a Shinto temple in Honolulu? Huh? One thing that you can rely on as things become more and more chaotic on poor old tired planet Earth, one of the things you can rely on is surely as you can rely on the fact that eventually the sun is going to explode. You can rely on the gross deeper than the deepest sea ignorance of Americans. And the rest of the world is no great shakes either. But we're the ones with all the weaponry. At least today we have all the weaponry. That's soon going to change, And even with all the weaponry, and even though we are the biggest exports of death and destruction on planet Earth, we are still vulnerable. I don't care how many times you go through a checkpoint and have your shoes checked. I don't care how airport checkpoint. I don't care how many times or how many people we set up around our borders. I mean, Jesus, let's just go ahead and build a huge electric fence around the entire circumference of the United States. That still won't stop the religious wars that have been going on for a millennium. The religious wars will continue because the Christians must kill the Muslims. The Muslims must kill the Christians. It is written in their holy books, apparently. Huh? Isn't it? The Jews, well, they may have had an idea back in the Old Testament, you know, when God said to Moses, sorry, you've been wandering around for 40 years, you're old, get the hell out of here, but your boy, Joshua, he can go across. And when you get across, Joshua, when you go over the river, when you cross over, butcher everybody! Kill them all! The men, the women, the children, the pregnant children, the babies, slaughter them, because I am the Lord your God. Now, you tell me if that's not madness. Of course it's madness. And what I'm hoping is that thought will percolate up into your punkin' little mind this Sunday or Friday or Saturday when you go to your religious house and worship. Just remember what your religion is all about. It's about the utter annihilation of the other religions.